رَبَّنَا لَا تُزِغْ قُلُوبَنَا بَعْدَ إِذْ هَدَيْتَنَا وَهَبْ لَنَا مِن لَدُنْكَ رَحْمَةً إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْوَهَّابُ. That's the dua. The du'as are not placed in the Quran randomly. They're placed strategically. They're there for a reason. This dua did not occur somewhere else. It occurred here in this conversation. So I'm going to mention to you, just for ease of remembering, I want you to take with you by the end of this khutbah today, 3 things that have to do with guidance. So you'll understand this dua. 3 things that have to do with guidance. The first thing, practically speaking, if I didn't have a GPS, I didn't have my phone or a maps app or anything else, and I was asking somebody how to get to this masjid, the first thing I need is the correct directions, the correct information. I need to know which street to turn on, how far to go, how many miles, what markers to look for, etc., etc., etc. If I don't have the right information, I cannot have guidance. You with me? So the first thing you need for guidance is what? Information. That's the first key. Guidance and information are not the same thing, but at least it's one part of it. One part of guidance is to have the right kind of information. The first thing Allah does in this passage is He says, by the way, Allah knows what He sent in the Torah, Allah knows what He sent in the Injil, Allah knows how you manipulate that information, and He knows how you're trying to dissuade the Muslims by making them leave their faith, but actually, the Muslims are committed to the right knowledge. They first have to have the right knowledge. That's the first piece. The second piece of following or getting to your destination is acting on the guidance. Just because I know the directions and I just sit there, oh, it's nice to know. MashaAllah, it's right over there. And I'm not taking any steps. What's the point of guidance if you're not going to what? Act on it. So there's al-ilm and there's al-amal. There's the second piece. Right? So there's the action, there's this knowledge, and there's also action. Okay. But then there's a third piece. And this doesn't come to us by way of an analogy. I'll give you the realistic situation that you might find yourself in, I might find myself in, any Muslim can find themselves in. Allah gave us the knowledge that we should come and worship Him on Friday, so you came here. Allah gave us, and so you acted on that knowledge. So you have the knowledge and you acted on it. So the first 2 pieces of the prerequisites have been met. But it's very possible that just like in accounting they have this term, LIFO, if you've heard LIFO, last in, first out. So some people attend Jum'ah LIFO style, right? So make sure you're the last one in, make sure you're the first one out. You're strategically looking for the car space. That is the quickest exit. You point your shoes in the opposite direction of the Qibla just to make sure that you get out as quickly as possible. You make sure you sit in the farthest place back you can. I'm not calling you guys out of the back. You have no space, but 1 foot already outside. But the idea is, I'm here, but I just want to get out of here. I'm here, but I'm thinking about where to do lunch. I'm here, but I'm thinking about the project that I left halfway. So you acted on the knowledge, sure. You had the knowledge and you acted on it, sure. But your heart's not in it. Your heart's not in it. The third piece of guidance is your heart has to be in the right place. You should want this. You should love this. You should desire this. The problem is one can do know the right things and even do the right thing, and still their heart's not in the right place. They're just doing it. It's just mechanical. You just go through the motions. It could be that somebody got up at the right time to fast in Ramadan. They broke their fast at the right time when Maghrib happened, and they felt nothing. They felt no connection. There's nothing that happened in their heart. There's 3 parts to guidance. There's the knowledge, there's the action, and there's the heart. And the easiest ones are the knowledge and the action. Those are easy. The hard one is the heart. Some Sahaba accepted Islam. And Allah describes the Christians, especially the Christians, when they accepted Islam, تَرَى أَعْيُنَهُمْ تَفِيضُ مِنَ الدَّمْعِ. You will see their eyes roll with tears. You know what happens? Their hearts were melting. Their hearts were melting. Now those people that have accepted Islam, they remember the moment when they turned back to Allah. Even if you were born a Muslim, there was a time when you made tawbah and tears were running down your eyes. There was a time when you felt something in your heart. You pray every day, but some prayers are different than other prayers, aren't they? Some moments are different than other moments. There's a moment where you felt something and it shook you from the inside. And now remember that moment and then understand this dua. رَبَّنَا لَا تُزِغْ قُلُوبَنَا بَعْدَ إِذْ هَدَيْتَنَا. Our Rabb, our Master, do not allow our hearts to turn away, after you've guided us. The guidance was three things. It was the knowledge, and it was the action, and it was the heart. But the thing that's in trouble first is the heart. And the heart can deviate while the knowledge is there and the actions are there. So the believer recognizes that all of this polemics and all of this discussion, at the end of it all, I need to protect my guidance, and that means I need to protect the state of my heart. Ya Allah, don't let it turn away. Don't let me become just someone who just goes through the motions after you've given me the gift of guidance. And then Allah, and by the way, the word zayigh or mazigh also in Arabic is used for teeth that bend, that don't grow straight, that go out of place. Like it was naturally supposed to grow and it grew out unnaturally, right? So it's actually deviating where naturally I was supposed to go somewhere, I ended up in the wrong place. You know? And that's what the word zayigh means. And I end this khutbah, I know it's pretty much over time. وَهَبْ لَنَا مِن لَدُنْكَ رَحْمَةً. Give us the gift. Give us from your special vaults, give us a rahmah as a gift. The word hiba in Arabic, or wahab in Arabic also, is used for if people used to climb the mountains, and on somewhere in the mountain they found like nuqratun min al-ma'. They found like a little well with fresh water. And it's like, this is like the most amazing water they've ever had. In the middle of the desert, there's this fresh water up and hidden away on top of the mountain like they found a treasure. And usually it's very expensive to own a well. It's really, you have to pay high money to get cool water. And now they just got this free access and they're getting more and more and more of it, right? So an endless gift. And that's why from that word you get the word hiba, the gift. Hey Allah, we beg Allah, وَهَبْ لَنَا مِن لَدُنْكَ رَحْمَةً. Ya Allah, you are the owner of endless gifts. And the gift we're asking Allah now is that our heart be kept in a safe place. The ayah is also teaching us a formula. If my heart doesn't turn towards Allah, or I don't steer it back towards Allah, then I will miss out from the rahmah of Allah. I'll miss out. I won't get it. If I really want Allah's, the second part is second. The first part is, لَا تُزِغْ قُلُوبَنَا بَعْدَ إِذْ هَدَيْتَنَا. Then when I follow that, وَهَبْ لَنَا مِن لَدُنْكَ رَحْمَةً إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْوَهَّابُ. You are the one that's going to guide us, steer us straight. I know my time is up and I know the next khutbah is about to start, so I'll conclude quickly. But I will just give one tip for all of us and myself to keep our hearts in the right direction. You know what that is? Keep thinking about Judgment Day. Keep thinking about Judgment Day. The very next ayah says, رَبَّنَا إِنَّكَ جَامِعُ النَّاسِ لِيَوْمٍ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. Our Rabb, you are the one who will gather all people on the day in which there is no doubt. If I keep thinking, consciously thinking, I have to answer Allah, I have to answer Allah, I have to answer Allah, I have to answer Allah. Before I say something, I have to answer Allah. Before I do something, I have to answer Allah. Before I take that money, I have to answer Allah. Before I respond to somebody with a good comeback, I have to answer Allah. If I can control my temper, because I have to answer Allah. If I have to control my greed, my desire, my lust, whatever else, because I have to answer Allah. I have to wake up because I have to answer Allah. I have to walk away from the situation because I have to answer Allah. Because it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. The heart will be corrected. First step. Allah gives it Himself. It's not some strange formula you have to find. The Quran is clear. You asked Allah for something, and Allah even gave you, here, say this. رَبَّنَا إِنَّكَ جَامِعُ النَّاسِ لِيَوْمٍ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُخْلِفُ الْمِيعَادِ. Allah doesn't go back on His promise. You go back on the promise. This is the promise of Allah. Those who remember Allah, Allah will remember them. May Allah Azza wa Jal make us people that don't become unaware of Judgment Day. And may Allah Azza wa Jal make all of us whose hearts may have deviated a little or a lot, doesn't matter, that we can able steer them back. And we can have that conversation within ourselves so the life is poured back into every act of worship that we do.